Dear friends, we are going to look into Numpy module today. It is extremely popular in Python community and it is heavily used for scientific computing. We will see why it is so popular. So let's first start by installing it. I will install it using pip. You can run pip install numpy command to download and install it. While it is installing, numpy's main object is n-dimensional array. Okay, so we will look into that array. So here I have my Python idle shell open and I'm going to import numpy module here. So I've imported it as np, and to create an array object you will use np.array, and in this bracket you just pass down your list. So this is my numpy array. If you look into it now, this is sort of similar to a list. It is actually very similar to a list. You can access the elements by index. It looks like a list. So the question is, I already have a list. Why do I need this numpy array? Well, there are several benefits of using numpy array. There are three main benefits. First is it requires less memory. It is fast and convenient, and we'll go over all these three benefits one by one. Okay, so essentially what we are doing is we are comparing numpy array with a Python list here. Okay, so let's first create a Python list. I'm just going to say range 1000. So I created a list which has 1000 elements here, and I'm going to print the size of the list. Now to print the size, you need to get a size of one element. So one element here is one number. You can give any number here, and then length of your list. Second, I'm going to create a numpy array. So this is how you create a numpy array. This function arange is similar to range. It's gonna create an array with elements 0 to 999. Okay, so the size of this numpy array would be 1000. And to print the size of this array, you need to call array.size. So array.size will give you 1000. Okay, and the size of every element will be item size. So just remember that array.item size is size of one element versus array.size is the total length of an array. When you run this program, you will notice that the Python list is taking 14,000 bytes versus numpy is taking only 4,000 bytes. Now this is because your Python, the size of one Python object is like 14, okay, versus size of one numpy array object is here. In this case, since we are storing integer numbers, it is only 4 bytes. Okay, so if you look at this diagram, it kind of this shows the memory presentation of list and numpy array. On the left hand side, we have numpy array, which points to a continuous or contiguous location of memories where you have all your elements stored 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on. And each of these elements is occupying 4 bytes of memory. Versus in case of Python list, you all know that in Python, everything is an object. So the list will contain a list of pointers first, as you can see in the diagram, and each pointer will then point to another location in the memory, which will be your object, and the size of that one object will be 14 bytes. So this is the reason why numpy array, the memory usage is very less compared to a plain Python list. Now when your array size or list size is very small, you won't notice much difference, but let's say you are dealing with heavy amount of data where you have millions and billions of numbers to process, in that case it will make sense to use NumPy. All right, the second advantage of NumPy is that it is fast and convenient. So let me prove that point as well. So what I'm going to do here is all right, let me just close this guy here, and I'm going to now create here two lists first, call it L1 and L2. Okay, so range, size, so size is 1000 here, and L2 is also similar. So I created two lists here, and then I'm going to create two array. So np.arange again to create a numpy array, and then second array will be called a2. Okay, now I want to measure the time between list processing and numpy array processing. So for this you use start is equal to time, and now what I'm going to do is, see, the operation that I'm doing here is I'm adding these two lists. I'm adding these two lists and producing a new list, call it result. Okay, so to order these two lists, you have to do something like this: x plus y for x, y in zip L1, L2. What this will do is it will take first element from L1, first element from L2, add them together and put it in this result as a first element. So it will just add individual elements from these two lists and put it in a result. Okay, pretty straightforward. And I'm just going to say Python list took this much time. So right now the time is this. I'm going to subtract start from here, and I'm going to multiply this guy with 1000 because by default it is in second. I want to print milliseconds here. All right, now again at this point I will capture time one more time, and then I will store result here. So now, so this was your Python list. Okay, so let me just say Python list, and here now I am processing numpy array. So that's the difference between these two code blocks. Now numpy is also convenient because if you want to add two arrays, you just say a1 plus a2, right? So it is not like you have to write a list comprehension. Okay, you can just add them together, and you can just say print my numpy took. This is just a way to measure the time that this code block took. Okay, all right, so let's run this program here. Okay, it says Python list took 0.0, numpy took 0.0 because this size is pretty small. So I'm going to increase the size and do a processing for about 1 million elements here. Now you can see that in order to add million elements from two lists, Python list took 116 millisecond versus numpy array took 11.5 seconds. This is crazy fast. So you can see that again, when you're processing millions and billions of numbers, it just makes sense to use numpy. It is also convenient because you can see that if you want to add two lists together, you just do a1 and a2, a1 plus a2. I will just demonstrate that using idle because it's little easier to demo that in idle. So I'm going to create, let's say, two numpy array. Okay, a1 is np.array. It has 1 2 3, and a2 is again np.array. It has, let's say, element 4 5 6. Okay, so you can do a1 plus a2, so it will give you the addition, see 4 and 1 5, 2 and 5 7, and so on. You can also do a2 minus a1. So you can see you subtracted this guy from here. You can also do multiplication, so a1 cross a2. You can do division and so on. You can do all these operations. Okay, so that was all about NumPy introduction. You saw that why NumPy is so much better than the plain Python list. We will cover more about NumPy in our next tutorial. Thank you for watching.